Hey y'all, it's your girl Kat from the You Grow Gurl Podcast. Y'all, and we are back with another episode. But today, y'all, I got my cousin actually on the show with me today, and I'm so excited for you guys to meet her and hear about her journey. So, welcome to the show, Heather.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. You're welcome, cousin. How you been?
I've been all right.
You been all right?
I've been all right.
Good.
Trucking on this journey
Yeah.
that God has set forth for me, and it has been a wonderful journey, if I do say so myself.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, yeah. So we are going to get into a conversation today, and we gonna vibe it out. My cousin is a vibe, y'all. Let me just tell y'all, she gonna be real, just in here, but she is a vibe for real. And so I
Thank
am
you.
so excited that you're joining me on the show today, and I got some questions that I already have for you, so we gonna get into it.
Let's do it.
So that way they really can get to know you and your heart, and all the work that you do, especially in your community, especially with young people. We're gonna dig in a little bit and talk about what you do as an educator, and a little bit about your life. So
Okay.
let's get into it.
Okay.
So one of the questions for me is this, what you've been up to, what are you working on right now for Heather? Because I think it's important for people to understand that you're going to learn a lot about Heather today, but Heather also is doing a lot of inner work on herself too. And so I want to talk about that. So what have you been working on for you?
Currently, right now, I am working on obtaining my master's degree in school
Yes.
counseling. So about 1 year out. So next year, this time, I should be graduating from Grand Canyon University.
Yes.
And that is something that my journey brought me to that I wasn't actually looking for.
Okay.
So, you know, a few years ago, I was talking to a couple of people, and I expressed that I wanted to help the kids in my community
Mm-hmm.
have an opportunity like I had.
Yes.
But I didn't have a job description, I didn't have a job title, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was actually unemployed during the time,
Okay.
in the transition period. And um, the questions just kept coming. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, what are you going to do? And, what company are you going through? And how are,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no
Right.
question. I had no answer. I had no brainstorm for them. I
Yes.
just knew that that's what my passion was.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my faith in God, and I
That's
asked
right.
God to just guide order my steps.
That's right.
At the time, I was an instructional aide.
Okay.
I went from being a kinder aide to being an instructional aide to working at a school with just a school for children with autism.
Okay.
At that time, I was in summer break, and I said, let me figure something out
Yeah.
as far as income financially, because like I said, I was in a transition period. I
Yeah.
was
It was a season.
struggling. Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
was a season.
Mm-hmm.
And so something said, go take your CBIS. And I said, okay, let me just do that over Christmas break. I did that, and I just said, let me see how this is gonna work out.
Okay.
I did that. So when I came back to school, I told a supervisor, that I had taken the CBS, and he said, okay, well, let me see what I can do, and maybe you should start subbing. And I said, well, I have my paperwork. Gave him my paperwork, and he said, oh, let's put this in motion. But very soon after that, that happened January.
Okay.
March, COVID happened.
Mm.
So I went from an instructional aide to a substitute teacher within 2 weeks. And then 3 months later, I was unemployed again.
Jesus.
So it was like, wow, now what do I do? But God,
Mm-hmm.
but God.
Mm.
How powerful are those two words?
That's
But
right.
God.
That's right.
That same supervisor said, don't worry about it. I know somebody who can use you in that same capacity.
Jesus.
And it just so happened to be the principal at Cajon,
Wow.
who I was her TA in my 8th grade year
Yes.
in middle school.
Yeah.
And she like, I know that girl.
Right.
I know, yeah, come on.
Oh.
And the reference came from somebody whose family went to school with us, Mr. Soward, James Soward.
Wow.
And the two of them like, oh no, she's awesome. We got to
Yeah.
get her here. We
Yeah.
have to be. And so I start working immediately, even
Mm-hmm.
through COVID when the kids were off task. I mean, off
Out of school.
out of school when they
Yeah.
were doing online schooling and things like that. She said, make yourself familiar with the students. Go look at their statistics. Go look at what you think that you can do. Think about what you would bring to the school and how you want to work on that.
Yeah.
And so, since I've been there, I've worked as a targeted support, targeting African American students
Okay.
and just helping them academically, bringing
Yes.
up test scores, bringing up their grades A through G report, making sure that graduation rates are high, and just
Yes.
um, once I got to the campus,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like a perfect fit. And so then there's like, okay, there's a BSU club. So I went to one meeting,
Yeah.
and then the one girl said, well, I want to start a step team. And I
Oh.
was, that
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
ears
Yeah.
ring.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, and they said, well, we got a new person here. Maybe she. And I was like, well, I did step a little bit, but I
Yeah.
did go to a HBCU. So
That's right.
let's make it happen.
That's right.
So then went from the same little girl said, well, I want to do majorettes. And I said, well, dance is right up my alley. We got that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We
That's
can do
right.
that.
That's right.
And so I said, okay, well, we're going to do this. We got to do it right.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
so I was able, it's been about 4 years now.
Wow.
We've been doing majorettes at Cajon. There was a team in Fontana
Mm-hmm.
that came after us,
Okay.
and they got a news recognition. I got a whole bunch of comments like, "Did you see this? It's not a competition.
That's
They
right.
weren't the first one in the IE. They were the first one in Fontana.
That's right.
But nonetheless, it's just creating space for
That's
our
right.
children,
That's right.
allowing them to feel comfortable and included
Mm-hmm.
in the educational process.
That's right.
In the classrooms, it's not always an environment that is cultivating for them.
Mm.
So to keep that space, to create that space, to not even for the kids that are in it, but the kids that are coming to Cajon or
Yeah.
in the elementary school, just to see something that, man, that's for us.
That's right.
Like, wait
That's
a minute,
right.
like we don't have to assimilate into the cheerleader mode.
Right.
We don't have to assimilate to be in whatever other dance group that they have. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing the response that we get, and we have been able to perform for all over the district for different events, Black History parades, Martin Luther King Day parades, building openings. We get invited to all kind of places, and so that is, aside from my 9 to 5, that has
Okay.
been my passion piece.
Okay.
And just been telling people sometimes you gotta do your passion for free.
Look.
If it's really your passion,
If
you'll
it's
do it for free.
absolutely you will.
You might get paid on the back end once
Yes.
somebody see how serious you are about
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
But you don't always get paid for your passion.
That's right.
And you could do a job, but do something else to get that out. And,
Absolutely.
And I find that sometimes that being the highlight of my day, just being able to connect with the kids in that way.
I love that.
Yeah, I knew I
love
didn't
that.
want to be a teacher.
Okay.
I'm naturally a teacher, but I
Yes.
didn't want to be confined to the classroom.
Yes.
But it panned out that I was doing exactly what I wanted to do.
I love that, Heather. And here's the other thing I was going to ask you as you were talking. I was thinking about a couple things. Full circle moment with your teacher that was in the 8th grade to now you're actually working for her in this space at Cajon High School, by the way. Shout out to them.
Yes.
And the fact that you are getting to live out your purpose and do what you're doing. You mentioned something to me, and it was like you said targeted. It's more like a targeted position that you're helping these specific kids. Like, what has been some of the things or the feelings with the parents? Like, how is that being received that you're working on these things specifically with the kids? How involved are they too?
We could have more involved parents.
Okay.
But the parents that I do come in contact with,
Yeah.
they are appreciative that there is somebody watching out for their babies.
That's right.
And I have to, announce myself, but
Yes.
at the same time, I know a lot of the parents.
Yes.
So I have to call and say, okay, hello, this is Heather calling from Cajon High School. And I have to let them catch the name. And at the same time, they're like, wait a minute. And so, and now I say, well, do you know who you're speaking to? And they be like, Heather.
Heather?
Yeah. So,
Wait, Heather?
yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's me. And they're like, okay, Heather. It's only one.
That's right.
It's me. And said, okay, yeah, girl, what you need? Well, he in trouble. No, he not in trouble. Let me tell you what's going on.
That's right.
And so it gives them a space to be real.
Yeah.
It gives them a space to be a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And not come into situations with their guard up all the time. And sometimes we have to be guarded when we're dealing in situations that are, that's not family.
Yes.
That is very political at times. Our guard has to be up. But at the same time, sometimes we got to be able to be accountable for, okay, you might not have known.
Right.
Or they might have acted out.
Yeah.
And he might not have known who was watching at the time. So it's like, okay, this happened, but let me pull you over here to this side and say, hey, look, okay, that's what I saw. And
That's right.
need to be careful about, A, B, and C.
Absolutely.
You need to make sure you take them home and talk to them because this is what I saw.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that in front of everybody else.
That's right.
But let me tell you what I saw from an auntie's perspective, or from a community member's perspective, or from a church member's perspective.
That's
like,
right.
hey, it was almost not to the fact where we could reel that back.
Yeah.
So you need to teach them that lesson.
Wow.
And so even teaching some of our parents forgiveness and forgiving the school system, forgiving their students, their children for some mishaps, mistakes, missteps.
That's powerful, Heather.
Yeah. It very much so is, because we all know that it's traumatic sometimes in these public school systems. And us as Black people, we have been traumatized by the system. Yeah. And so to have somebody familiar that can help you navigate the system and know who to tell you to confide in. Right. It's empowering. Yeah, it is. And so that's what I try to be for our parents.
I love that.
And I do a little bit of work with our African American Parent Advisory Council. Okay. This past school year, we put on a African American Art Festival and just kind of invited everybody to come out. It turned out really well. I was able to showcase some of the art and all the art that our kids do in the art class. Okay. We have wood shop. We have business logistics, digital art. They have a film class on campus. So whatever their pathway was, and things that they created either outside of school or inside of school, I just want to showcase that. That's right. So that way we're not just athletes. Yeah. We had some kids that had some really amazing art. Yeah. And it's just like, once we put it together, I had a lot of my coworkers like, whoa. And I had to explain to them, like, our kid, Cajon is known as an athletic powerhouse. Absolutely. Absolutely amazing program. Right. But at the same time, that's just not who they are. That's right. So much more than that. I love that. And so just trying to push that and get more of our parents out there and involved, and let them know there's somebody on the campus loving on our kids. Absolutely they are. Yeah. Because if y'all see Heather, y'all will see her at, I was at Black Grad, y'all, this year, and Heather was rooting, hugging babies, hugging every kid. Everybody knew her because she's constantly loving on all these children. And I even got to see an experience while you were there, is the parents that were coming up to you just saying thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. And it's nice as your cousin to take a step back and look at you and see all the work that you're doing. So I'm so proud of you. Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's transition just a little bit, because you mentioned that you went to a HBCU. Yeah. And so let's talk about that. What about, so what made you choose a HBCU, and then how are you now incorporating that with your students into their life? I chose a HBCU because I wanted to see something different than what we were exposed to here in California. Okay. I had been traveling with grandma since I was 2. Yes. And something about the South resonated with me. Okay. But not only that, just the trials and tribulations that we went through here. Yeah. Losing friends, teen pregnancy. Yeah. Violence, and just wanting to be out of harm's way, but also the the adventurer in me
Yeah.
wanted to say, let me go explore this city.
Yeah.
I had a point to prove to my family.
Okay.
Ashley went to Dominguez Hills and she was in arm's reach.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going far.
Yeah. You're going
Yeah,
away.
I want to define who I am.
Yeah.
Without being a Marshall girl.
Okay.
Without being James Marshall's granddaughter.
Yes.
Without being that's Lisa's daughter or Ashley's sister.
Yes.
Or I needed to be me.
Find you. Yeah.
I needed to find me.
That's right.
And I needed to find me without limitations.
Okay.
So even in proving to my family that I'm a survivor.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
I went to the belly of the beast, the illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
Okay.
And I graduated.
That's right.
Now, I did it in 5 years.
Yes.
I had some trials and tribulations along the way, but nonetheless, my absolute goal while I was there was to graduate.
That's right.
And I kept that in the forefront of my mind. And I knew that that was something that had to be done.
Yes.
Grandma and grandpa instilled education in me. Mm-hmm. And they also charged me a long time ago. When I started at Clark, they said, if we do this, if we help you through this process,
right,
you got to reach back. Not only to our family,
right,
but to the community.
Yes.
So that was a charge that they gave me a long time ago. Your little cousins that's coming up under you, whose parents are not doing what they're supposed to do. You got to push them.
Yes.
You got to, they're saying to whom much is given, much is required. So just those morals that they instilled in me, pushed me through.
Yeah.
And so that was a life-changing opportunity.
Yeah.
And I absolutely did. I came through that unscathed. I had very high successes. I had very low downfalls.
Yeah.
Just that roller coaster ride, but at the end of it, very successful.
Absolutely.
And very much so knowing who I was. One thing about an HBCU is they're going to build you up from the bottom up. And they're going to give you history. They're going to put you around people who are going to make you feel like you can. And that's not always the case in other educational environments.
Yeah.
I had some trauma in, what was that, like the 3rd grade?
Okay.
Where we tested, and we tested so high they accused the teacher of cheating. Split the classrooms up, retested us without our parents knowing. It was a mess. All because they didn't believe what we could achieve. So 5 black girls in the class.
Yes.
And I can name them off. You're going to know every last one of them.
Yeah.
And they didn't believe that we can achieve. So from then, I had a chip on my shoulder.
Okay.
I can be and do whatever I want. You're not going to tell me that I'm not smart.
Say that.
And so I didn't feel like California schools were going to nurture me in the way I needed to be nurtured.
Okay.
So that's why I chose an HBCU.
Okay.
And so since graduating from an HBCU, once I got on Cajon's campus, I had a lot of other HBCU graduates.
Okay.
One from Southern University.
Yes.
One from Benedict College.
Okay.
One from Langston University. And my principal was a graduate of Howard University.
Yes.
So we all kind of looking around at each other like,
right.
Little powerhouse
That's
HBCU alumni here we got going on. We're going to have to. Okay. Yeah. And so then, with the step team and then creating the majorettes, a lot of people keep asking, well, how do you know how to do all of this? How you know?
Where
did you
come
pledge?
From?
Did you dance? Did you do? No, I didn't.
Right.
I danced in high school.
Yes.
I participated on a step team for a little while at Clark, but no, I didn't pledge. But I did go to a HBCU, and so, what is that like? All my students ask me, how do you know? HBCU, what's that?
Right.
Well, I heard about this one. What do you know about this one?
Right.
So they would constantly come ask me about HBCUs. And so we like, okay, wait a minute now.
Something to it.
Wait, nobody's telling you guys about this? Nobody's giving you the option? And like, well, no, we got a UC, we got Cal State, or we got community college.
Right.
I said, wait, it's a whole bunch of stuff in between there.
That's right.
So, and I, learning and knowing about HBCUs, knowing that, again, that's an environment that's going to cultivate, and an environment that's very different than a California environment.
Yeah.
So we started teaching a class in the summertime to get our juniors ready for their senior year.
Okay.
And all the things that they had to do their senior year. That's not English, economics, government, science, math. They're A through G's.
Yes.
There's so many things your senior year that you have to do between scholarship applications, college applications,
Yes.
due dates, brag sheets, letters of recommendations, the scholarship essays, the application essays.
Right.
And kids were like, wait a minute,
What is all this? Right.
So we realized, wait a minute, our kids are at a disadvantage because nobody's telling them this beforehand.
Yes.
So let's put a class together and prepare them during the summertime.
Oh, I love
so
that.
they got a head start come senior year.
Yes.
And so 4 years ago, we started that class, and we just started teaching them. And the emphasis was HBCU,
Okay.
but also just prepared for college.
Yeah.
And so in that time frame, we were exposing them to the culture of HBCUs.
Okay.
Showing them videos.
Really?
Giving them my stories. I would have HBCU panels of people who graduated from Cajon and went to HBCUs, or people from San Bernardino that went to HBCUs. And they were telling them about their life-changing experiences and dorms and homecomings and things like that. And so that started pique interest.
That's right.
And so that first class, we probably had about 3 or 4 go to a HBCU. The next class, I had 13 go to a HBCU. It's a class. These are classes of only 30 kids, so almost half of the class end up going to HBCUs.
What?
Yes. So the next year,
Wow.
It's been amazing.
Wow.
So the class that the 13 went to HBCU, they were pushing, like, we want to go see these campuses.
Okay. Okay.
Well, when do we get to do an HBCU tour? And
Okay, so that's a whole nother.
So they were pushing Dr. Bishop. Dr. Bishop, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? And then, again, we got a budget that had a little bit of extra money. And so Dr. Bishop said, do y'all want to go? We said, yeah. And she said, okay, let's figure this out. And I was working under an amazing woman named Tawia Finley.
Okay.
She is an SG-Row.
Okay.
So she has the Greek Connect,
Okay.
and I got the HBCU Connect. And
Yes.
the two of us working in a partnership as targeted support and
Right.
doing this class.
Right.
She said, do you guys want to go? Is it an extension of your program? And I said, absolutely. So now we've been, since then, taking the kids on HBCU tours.
So okay, you taking them on HBC, y'all, this is, okay. Look, you taking these kids on HBCU tours. The tours, are you going, how many colleges are you going to on these tours? And what is that experience like for them?
Okay. So the very first tour that we went to 10 schools in 5 days, 7 days. 10 schools in 7 days. We
What?
left. Yes. Oh,
Ooh,
trust
baby.
me. From having no
baby.
kids to having 30 kids. Well, honey, I was tired.
Look, I'm sure. Ooh-wee.
Yes. But it's an educational experience.
Yeah.
Some of our students have never been on a plane.
Okay.
Some of them have never been away from their parents.
Right.
Some of them have never
So their
been.
parents don't go.
Oh, no.
Okay, so without parents, just advise it. So all
Just
of you.
advisors.
Okay, got it.
Yes. So just myself, the other BSU advisor, who was a Benedict College graduate. That's the other HBCU.
Okay.
And then Tawia, who was a SG-Row.
Okay.
So 3 black advisors, 30 kids, and we went on this journey with a tour company.
Okay.
And we set out early Sunday morning, and we did 10 schools. And in that process, we were able to see the Martin Luther King Memorial Center. We went to the AUC. We went to Tuskegee and Alabama State.
Okay.
We went to North Carolina A&T, Hampton, Howard, Norfolk, and a couple, I think, Bowie State. We were
Okay.
supposed to go to the Morgan State homecoming, but something happened there, so we
Okay.
had to audible and figure it out.
Okay.
When we got to DC, we got to do the Martin Luther King Memorial, the Lincoln
Mm.
Memorial. We went to the White House.
How moving that is for those young people.
We also
Like,
full circle the from the memorial to the monument,
yeah.
and to see him buried,
Mm.
to his birthplace, to where he's actually spoke at and actually stand on the steps where he stood.
Stood. Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Ben's Chili Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That is a historic retail place where they sell like hot dogs, chili fries.
Okay.
Very small, humble beginnings,
Right.
but it is historic. Martin Luther King actually stopped there before he went and did his speech. So many historical people have been there.
Yes.
The original owners are still there, still running it. We got to show them the humility of the owner who has this world renowned historic place.
Uh-huh.
And this woman was over 70 years old, still putting out placemats, still picking up trash, still delivering food to people. The humbleness of it all. We had to take it in. They had to let the kids take it in.
It's emotional.
Oh, it was good.
It's emotional talk. You talking about it, and I'm thinking, gosh,
It was good.
I've never even had that experience, but I'm thinking, just listening to you talk about it and how emotional for me right now it is, just hearing you talk about this woman who is putting down placemats and cleaning up all the trash and the humble beginnings, and thinking about where we are in this world today
Hmm.
and the things that we're experiencing today, unfortunately. And it's just, these kids are being able to experience something that most people don't experience,
Absolutely.
all because of a dreamer and someone who has not only had amazing grandparents instill in you certain things and qualities and morals and values,
Mm-hmm.
but also your community who also raised you as well.
Absolutely.
Um, and not just I don't want to leave out your parents too, but it's just that reach back
Mm-hmm.
is real.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so know that, Heather, like, what you are doing is not just you're just doing it. This is actually a movement. Okay.
Yes.
This is a movement, because you don't have this in all the schools. What you're doing here, I'm gonna get you a tissue in a minute.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying to
okay,
hold it.
okay, I'm okay. But no, I need you to know what you're doing is a lot, and it is something that our young people, especially Black students, they need,
Absolutely.
because you are giving them something that they would have never gotten, all because you're a dreamer and you see so much more in them, and you see them when you it's like, when you see me, I see you, and you see you, or you
Absolutely.
see me.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
To be in the same school district, to work for that same district that I experienced the trauma in,
Mm.
and in meetings having to sometimes stand in that space where we have educators like, they can't, they won't, they will, they I don't if you scared, get up out of here.
That's right.
Because the same way you just love and dote on me, know that I was that child. I
Mm-hmm.
grew up here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
I had a coworker tell me that I was privileged because the kids respected me. And I said, no, 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 that's not how that goes.
Right. Right.
You privileged because you're here. You came from here, so they automatically respect you. No, that's not why they respect me.
Yeah.
They respect me because they've seen me.
Yeah.
They see me in their community. They
Yeah.
see me do the work. They see me work for free.
Yeah.
They see me put the time in. And it has
I gotta get you
absolutely,
a tissue, babe.
it has,
Get you one.
it's all right. It has nothing to do with privilege.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm privileged to be in their space. If anything, I'm
Heather.
privileged to be a part of their life.
Yeah.
Look at it that way.
That's right.
You
That's right.
can't be looking for a payment all the time.
Come on.
And that's what
Come on.
again, that's where I started telling people that you you don't get paid for passion. You do your passion work anyway.
That's right.
So yeah, that's where that came
Ooh,
from.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Okay. So, Heather, I mean, we covered a lot of stuff, but I want to ask you another question around. You mentioned that, in starting this program 4 years ago, but now you guys are taking these HBCU tours. How many kids so far have you guys been able to take on these tours with you? And what do you foresee the future to look like for the continuing of this program?
We have been able to take over the 4 years. Actually, we've taken 4 tours,
Okay.
and that started about 2 years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
I've taken about 100 students so far,
Okay.
and I first see it once I finish my degree for my counseling.
Okay.
I also have my side business as a travel agent.
Yes.
So I foresee God is directing me to make this a bigger situation, like you said, a movement.
That's right.
For not just San Bernardino, but for the IE.
That's right.
I want to be able to expose all of our students, whoever wants to go. I just want to build up the confidence of our students in the educational process.
Right.
Because, like I said, they're not giving them the option. And,
right.
One thing I tell the kids as we're going on the HBCU, it's not to sell you on HBCU.
Right.
It's to give you an hands-on experience.
Yes.
And you might find that it's not for you.
Correct. Okay? Yes.
So, that's what my goal is to start my own program and start taking students on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Maybe three or four times a year.
Okay.
Different seasons to take them. Personally, I would like to visit every HBCU campus.
Okay.
That's my own personal goal.
Okay.
But I just want to be able to show them.
Okay.
Specifically the culture.
Yeah.
You know,
it's different.
Here it's like, oh, it's a whole bunch of black folk. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. You know, we be waiting. Okay, it's finna be some drama.
Yeah, it's finna pop off. Right.
But when you get to the South, it's like,
it's different.
I'm with my people. Oh, it's gonna be a good time.
It's like as soon as you get into the airport.
As soon as you hit the airport.
As soon as you hit the airport.
Through the shopping malls, through the airports, through the retail, you look around and all the cashiers are black.
Yeah.
All the wait staff is black. You go to a restaurant that's black in the kitchen, and you might peek in the back. It might be one or two others, but you're like, wait a minute, now
what's going on?
And you at peace. Like we could. I want to show our kids, especially with the environment right now. The moral compass is just spinning for everyone.
Right.
And what we don't realize is we're being role models for these children.
That's right.
And we're not teaching them that things matter.
Yeah.
Right now, it don't matter. You can do whatever you want to do, but when you become an adult, it does matter.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And so trying to show them that, yes, you can have fun, but also you don't always have to be reactive.
That's
you don't
right.
always have to be explosive.
That's right.
You don't also always have to be looking over your shoulder. You don't always have to be at the heightened sense of awareness that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
In survival mode.
Right.
We don't always have to be that way.
That's right.
We don't always have to be aggressive all the time. And I know coming from here, it's rough.
Yeah.
And we have to be that way. But sometimes when you go to these other states and you're surrounded by your people, it almost let your guard down a little bit. And so just showing them the culture that black is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Black is welcoming. Black is resilient.
Say
black
that.
is proud. Black is excellent,
That's
you
right.
know?
Yes.
And let me show you all the different ways you can be, because you just don't have to be excellent on the court or on
That's
the
right.
field.
That's right.
How many black doctors do you know? They like, I don't know. Like, you talking about like medical doctors? No, let me show you. This is Doctor So and So. 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 He does this. He
Yes.
does that. This is a doctor of this. Doctor of philosophy. This is doctor of
Yes.
education. And they're like, wait, what?
Right.
Yeah, to the highest heights, to the highest of your ability, and nothing can stop you.
Mm,
Don't let nobody tell you dumb.
that's
You can't
right.
do math. You can't do
Mm,
science. You can't. We can do anything that
anything.
we want to do.
That's right.
And somewhere along the way, they got our kids convinced that
Yeah.
they can't.
That's right.
Somewhere in from elementary to high school, when they hit that ninth grade, it's I can't. And the ones that can, they feel like an anomaly. They feel so
Mm,
alone. They
right.
feel like, am I acting white?
Mm,
Am I this identity crisis?
okay.
When everyone is acting like you, but you don't even know that they're acting like you.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
so that's another piece
Wow.
that I give them at when I'm there, and I try to teach our
That's
kids and
deep.
instill in them.
Yeah.
You have to know who you are
That's right.
before you can, you know, see who other people are,
Yeah.
and know that everything cool
Mm-hmm.
came from you,
Yeah.
and you accepting something and thinking that you're lesser than because somebody's acting bigger than you in the way that you
Mm,
just naturally are.
yeah. Yeah.
And then also that blackness is not broke.
Mm,
Blackness is not poor.
mm-hmm. Come on, Heather.
Blackness is not ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of our plights, and some of us have experienced that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to tell you, my mother never was on welfare,
Yeah.
but I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
My father never sold drugs,
Yeah.
but I'm black.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
the roughness that Hollywood has glorified
Right.
and actually almost defined blackness in that
Mm-hmm.
manner
Yeah.
is not what blackness is.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to wear our clothes and use our lingo and things like that,
Yeah.
but they don't identify with our plight.
Mm,
And we got to keep teaching our kids
yeah.
to not allow that.
Right.
If you're going to imitate us and
Yeah.
characterize us,
Yes.
then you also need to be able to stand up with us when it's time to.
Yeah.
You don't get to sit back
Right.
and now you don't identify, but you identify with our culture. You identify when they was talking about shoot 'em up, bang bang, and all of that.
Right. Right.
And it be hard, and we this, and we the gang, we with the gang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wanted to be in the video.
Right.
You wanted to be in the camera. You
Yeah.
wanted to have your cameo. Well,
Yeah.
have your cameo when it's Black Lives Matter. Have
Right.
your cameo when, even when people are being deported
Yeah.
unfairly.
Yeah.
Have your cameo when it matters.
Yeah.
And so that's why I also try to teach our kids, even in the way I dress and the way I hold
How you
myself,
care.
and
That's right.
all of that. Our
Mm-hmm.
young ladies, teaching them
Yeah.
to respect themselves.
That's right.
Because later on down the line, after you done already did A, B, and C,
Right.
it's hard to pull that back.
Right.
Teaching our kids to give themselves grace
Yeah.
and extend the grace to other people.
That's right.
Because you can't berate somebody because they made a judgment call.
That's right.
In the moment.
That's right.
But then 2 weeks later, you're going to make that same judgment call and be the same one crying, but you
Yeah.
was laughing at this one.
Mm.
You got to give each other grace.
That's right.
This is a time where mistakes are going to be made.
That's right.
Decisions are going to be made. You're figuring out who you are. And
That's right.
You're figuring out what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
You extend each other grace.
That's right.
So that's a lot of the stuff that I do.
Girl.
So, like you said, I'm all over the place.
No, you're not. You're right where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that
Thank you.
just listening to you and all that you do, you're right where you're supposed to be. I know you were raised in the church your whole entire life because I was there too.
Yes, ma'am.
With my pantyhose. If I
Yes,
didn't have my
ma'am.
pantyhose,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
grandma was gonna tell me
Woo.
something. And again, back to what you were shown and what you were told at a very young age is now I see your passion in your speaking right now about what you're doing for these kids, right? sometimes these kids come to school and they don't have anyone
Mm-hmm.
to guide them.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking and searching for someone to guide them,
Mm-hmm.
and you're that person for them.
Mm-hmm.
They know, number one, you're going to keep it real with them. They know you're going to tell them right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They know that you're not going to steer them in the wrong direction. You're going to lift them up, because sometimes that's what they need, because they maybe haven't even had somebody tell them that they love them,
Mm-hmm.
or even giving them a hug. And I know that's a sensitive thing too, because of school, all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? But sometimes these young people just need someone to pour into them. They don't get enough of that,
Mm-hmm.
and they need that. And so you're that person. I like to say you're the person that stands in the gap.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you are. You
Yeah.
stand in the gap. And that's what these kids they need today.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got social media overpowering, taking over, and all of those things. And when they start to see those things, they start to believe
Mm-hmm.
that this is the type of life that they should be living,
Mm-hmm.
and not some of the things that you've actually exposed them to. So thank you for doing what you do each and every day and showing up. So
Thank
um,
you.
before I wrap up into a couple final thoughts and questions, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, if you could give advice to the young people today that may not necessarily go to Cajon, or maybe you want to give a shout out to your students at Cajon, but also to the other students who may actually see this podcast and hear you speak. What is some advice that you would give to them about their steps in high school, or their next steps in high school, or their career, or what they want to do as far as education goes? What would you tell them?
I would tell students at Cajon, at Carter, at Etowanda, at any school,
Yeah.
to get as much as you can
Mhm.
while you can.
Mhm.
Because in this political climate,
Right.
we have people that are trying to tear down everything that was built.
Mhm.
And we can't take for granted
Yeah.
the opportunities that are being given to us right now.
That's right.
Okay. And I know that you're young, and I know you got your whole life ahead of you.
That's right.
But sometimes you got to get what you can get.
That's right.
Okay. It may not, it's not all, any time it's not going to be enough.
Right.
But you got to get what you can get, and use that to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
It may come in various different ways,
That's right.
but you got to take in
Mhm.
order to be able to figure it out
Yeah.
and have an output.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
Sports was a great outlet for myself and a lot of people in our family and in this community.
That's right.
But don't let them put you
Mhm.
in just that one
That's right.
thing.
That's right.
You're not just an athlete.
That's right. Say
You're a
that.
student
That's right.
athlete.
That's right.
And if you are in a program or in under somebody who does not see you in that light,
Mhm.
that is a red flag.
Mhm.
And I need our parents to understand that as well.
Right.
Because the next day is not promised on these football fields, baseball fields, basketball fields. And our kids have to have the background as well as the talent.
That's right.
Okay. And so that is the advice that I would give them. Explore your art.
Mm.
Explore
Yeah.
your passions.
Yeah.
Explore. Even if I'm not saying do it for a season,
Right.
even if it's just one or two times.
Right.
I might like drawing.
That's right.
Do it for fun.
Yes.
Cultivate that.
Mhm.
Because what I see a lot of our older men
Mhm.
that have mental health issues.
Yes.
Because somebody sold them a dream a long time ago and only told them you are a football player and that's it.
That's right.
I still have friends that are 40 years old that would get off the couch and do a drill.
Yeah, Heather.
because they can't get it out their mind.
That is not
and
funny,
it's
but
funny.
you
It's funny, but
cracked
it's
me
not.
up.
It's
You're right though. You're absolutely right, Heather.
okay.
You just said some real stuff.
Okay.
It made me think about something. Yes.
Okay. So cultivate something more.
Yes.
Not just that.
Yes.
And as parents, you got to protect your children by exposing them to more.
Yes.
And not just letting somebody put your baby in a box.
That's right.
Of he's an athlete or she's an athlete and
that's it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a great way to be. That's a great place to be.
Right.
Especially if you got the talent, if you've been determined and you're doing the work for that.
Yeah.
Okay. But just definitely explore the arts, explore your passions, explore anything that you feel like is worthwhile.
That's right.
Get it all.
Yeah.
Get it all right now.
That's right.
And in the same way I was charged.
That's right.
I'm going to charge y'all.
That's it. Oh, I love
what
that.
you get, you got to give back.
That's right.
You got to impact. Impact is the name of the game.
That's right.
Okay. So whenever you get done getting all you going to get.
That's it.
You got to turn right back around.
That's right.
And walk back down the same steps.
That's right.
And give back. As you was collecting, you got to give back.
That's right. Oh, I love that.
Too.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. That was so good.
Yes.
Girl, that was so good. But when you said, I said, oh, I know people who still do that.
Still do that. We hung around. We were athletes.
Yes.
We hung around all the athletes.
Yes.
And like I said, oh, I'm looking for a coaching job, or I'm looking for this. Well, sometimes you just got to coach just to coach.
That's right.
That's your passion.
That's it.
And you still desperately want to do that with, and you still think about, oh, back in my day, I was whoopty whoop whoop.
That's right.
Well, go show them.
That's right.
One thing the girls, they trip out about, because I'm that coach that'll be like, I ain't no little girl. You better get up there. And they be like, oh, I'm tired. These kids tired all the time.
Right, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
So when I tell them, I say, I'm 220.
Uh-huh.
I'm 40 years old.
That's right.
If you can't jump higher than me, you gonna run. And
hey.
they be like, what? And I be jumping. I be going through the class. And
That's
we don't
right.
have a place. We don't have a dance room.
Okay.
So we practice in the halls.
Okay.
And sometimes even some of the ones that's not on the team, they be like, Miss, you dancing? And I be like, oh, no.
Getting it in.
And so I be talking my mess sitting on the floor. And I'm like, y'all, do it again.
That's right.
You didn't even do it. Oh, I get up and tear them up one time. And they be like, okay, miss, whatever. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
right.
So I don't just...
From the top.
Let's go. So I have to put I got to get out there and do it. I have to show them.
Yeah.
So show them.
That's right.
Don't just keep talking about back in your heyday what you used to do. Get out there and show them. Get out there with them.
Yeah.
Show them. Teach them.
That's right.
Because they'll respect it more and they'll take more in. They'll listen more intently when they can see he can do it too.
That's right.
Or they can get out here with me and do it.
That's right.
I'm talking about toe touches, Catherine.
Look, get it. Get them toe touches.
Jetés,
what?
turning, all kind of stuff. I be breathing hard. I be like, I only got 2 for you, but I did it. You saw it, didn't you?
That's right.
Watch close, I'm only going to do it once.
That's it.
And they be like, oh, okay, all right. So now everybody from the top, start again. Let's go.
Oh, my God,
so,
I love that.
They'll receive it more. So get out there and do it. Give them kids, give it. The best, I think, their mental health help. It will help our community and some of these men and some of our older athletes get it out.
Right.
Is by giving it back to
That's
kids.
Right.
You can't hold it all in. And back in my day, unfortunately, time does not rewind.
No, it doesn't.
So what you going to do with that?
That's right.
Give it to them.
That's right.
Why not?
Say that.
Especially if you're a little brother, little cousin,
That's
your
right.
homegirls, give it to them.
Give it to them. I love that.
Give them nuggets.
Okay. Them gems.
Yes.
I heard that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I always ask this final question, which is around You Grow Gurl. And this is my baby.
Okay.
So GROW stands for gratitude, resilience, obedience, and worthiness. Okay. And so if you had to choose one of those words as like your word, your mantra, which word would you choose and why? And why?
I pondered on this for a while.
Okay.
And at first I couldn't pick whether it was gratitude, resilience. I was like, okay. But I settled on obedience.
Okay.
And I had to be obedient to the morals, the values, the people who raised me,
Yeah.
and that's brought me here.
That's right.
Being obedient to the soil, the roots. Irma Marshall, Felicia,
Yeah.
James,
Yeah.
Eugene,
Yeah.
you know, obedient
Yeah.
in all other aspects, but I could have did 1,000 other things.
That's right.
I could have made a lot of bad choices.
Okay.
I had opportunities to make those choices.
Yeah.
But being obedient to the word,
Mm-hmm.
obedient to God,
That's right.
um, that's what brought me through
Yeah.
some of my hardest times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being obedient.
Mm-hmm.
As a young lady, there's so many opportunities, so many dangerous decisions that you can make that'll send you down a rabbit hole of nothing, of darkness.
Yeah.
But you be obedient to when I hear grandma's voice
Mm-hmm.
say, "All right, Heather," and I'm gonna stay home. "All right, Heather, I'm not gonna bite on the big bait that somebody's trying to feed me to
That's right.
get me to be aggressive to them," or, you know, being obedient to the charge that they gave me, being obedient to whom much is given, much is required.
Amen.
I prayed to God 5 years ago, and through this journey, a lot of times people were asking me, "You're not tired? You at work all day."
Mm.
I get off work at 7 o'clock, and all my friends are gone. They at the bar, and they go, "Girl, you missed it. We did it." I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
I asked for this.
That's right.
So I have to be grateful
Yeah.
that I have this,
Yeah.
and I will not complain.
Mm.
When my coworkers are having a hard day, and I can't stand this, I can't wait, and they're like, "Why are you still here?" I asked for this.
That's right.
And you ask God for something, and He give it to you.
Come on, Heather.
You got to be obedient.
Come on.
You got to be grateful.
That's right.
And you don't take it for granted, because He'll take it away.
Come on.
Okay?
Say that.
So, I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I'm going to continue to be obedient to His word. I'm going to continue to be obedient to my elders.
Yeah.
Continue to be obedient to everything that was taught to me,
Yeah.
and not think that somebody else on the outside is going to give me something better than what God has hand delivered for me.
Mm.
So it's definitely obedience.
Wow.
I would not be here today if I was not obedient to the people and the word of God.
That's good. Ooh, that's so good. Ooh, girl, you give me a little, ooh. You done, girl, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to just say thank you, because we've been trying to get you on this show for a minute now.
Yes. Our schedules have been crazy.
It's been crazy, but I believe that although sometimes we are delayed, we are not denied from sharing your journey, your story, and your message. I'm grateful for you spending the time with me on this podcast. I'm always grateful when people are able to come on and share their journey and their story, because to me, it's nothing more real than when I have women that come on here and talk about what they've actually been through and what they've experienced, whether that be the things that challenge them, in a way to where they went through a lot of things, the things that have shaped them through seasons of their life, times that have been very difficult, and then all the triumph and the successes of where they are today. So for me, this is not only just a blessing, but it is a pleasure to have you on my show. Not as my cousin, y'all. Okay, look, I'm gonna pump my cousin up. Okay, I'm gonna pump her up every chance I get. But I'm just so grateful, because I feel like anytime somebody comes onto the show, I always tell them there's always a message in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody will see this, whether it's one person,
Mm-hmm.
right? And from that message that you delivered, it can be life changing to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's a young adult or somebody that's over 40
Mm-hmm.
or 30, whatever the case may be, right? But it's something they could take from that. Maybe
Absolutely.
they're a parent and they're watching and they're trying to figure out what to do or how to help their kid.
Mm-hmm.
But because they had an opportunity to experience you, then that could be life changing for them and their child, even with their relationship with their child, which is
Absolutely.
important. And so, with that being said, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today for another episode on the You Grow Gurl podcast. I pray that you all have a beautiful rest of your week. Heather, I just want to say thank you again
Thank you for
for
having me.
joining me. I love you
I
so,
love you
so
too.
much. And I'm so glad that you're here with me. And so, for y'all, y'all take care. Have a good week. And I'll catch y'all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.